Hey, welcome back to the Confident Dancers channel. If you are new here, my name is Joshua and I teach hip hop and breaking online. So the question is, what is a cypher? How do you perform in it? What do you do? Is there different types of cypher? So that's what this video is about. We're about to break it all down. But first, if you are serious about leveling up your hip hop dance or breaking, building the confidence that you truly want, and want to work with me directly, click the link below in the description box to learn how we can help you. All right, let's get started. All right, so before we get into anything, let's first address the elephant in the room. What is ciphering? So a cypher is a circular dance space where multiple dancers are exchanging turns going in one at a time. The people on the sides and watching whoever's in the middle is there to give energy, support, and create responses for when they go inside the cypher. It's improvisational, communal, and energy-based. So why do ciphers matter? Ciphers are where style is developed and confidence is built. In these spaces, this is where real connection can happen to yourself and to other dancers. So one key difference here from a cypher environment and a battle environment. So a cypher environment is more like a laboratory setting where you're there to build chemistry with others and test your material. Battles, more specifically, are outcome related and have judges. So in these cypher environments, there is nobody else to judge you in there. It's all about exchanging energy with other dancers. So here are some qualities that you want to be attributing to the cypher environment when you find yourself a part of one. So what you'd want to do is you want to make sure that you're having a conversation with other dancers. So this isn't fully about you being in your own space and being like, well, I'm just going to do the things that I want to do. It's about sharing energy. So oftentimes what you'll find in cypher environments is that somebody will be going in the dance cypher, and then when they feel like their round is done, maybe they'll point at you and then they'll bring you in, and then the other person could be coming in like, hey! And so this way you're communicating with other dancers with your body language, and that's when it starts to become more fun and more of a party-like environment. So a couple key things here is you want to be able to match the energy of the cypher. So if the cypher is very fun and lighthearted and people are just enjoying the steps, then this is the kind of energy that you should bring in when you come into the cypher. Oftentimes when you go to social dance spaces, you may notice there are different kinds of cyphers. More specifically in breaking, you might see a footwork cypher where everybody specifically is just labbing in a footwork experiment. So if you're noticing that everybody's coming in and strictly sticking on footwork, that's not an environment to come into that cypher and then begin popping or whacking or some other style like that, because we want to be able to identify what cypher is happening so that you can come and contribute the energy to whatever that cypher is happening in there. So some couple key things in terms of cypher etiquette is you don't want to cut people off if it's just a fun, lighthearted environment. So if I'm dancing, I'm in the middle and I'm doing my thing, and all of a sudden somebody else is going to come in and just go right in front of them and just starts dancing and then pushes them off the way. So this is a good example of you taking away from the cypher and not contributing to the energy. So usually what to look for when somebody is done is that they're going to be doing their little cypher, they're going to be in the middle, and usually they'll have some sort of freeze to indicate that they finished their round, and then they're going to exit, and then at that time you can enter and then start your round. Another key thing to be aware of is you don't want to stay too long and act like a hog into the cypher environment. So a good rule of thumb is anywhere from maybe like 10 to 30 seconds of cypher time. So maybe if you have an idea and you wanted to come express your thought, do your thing, be mindful that you don't want to take a whole like 3-minute entire song. You want to make sure that you can give space for somebody else to enjoy the cypher environment. So typically how you want to enter a cypher is you either going to go in with a freestyle approach or you're going to go in with an idea already premeditated approach. So it really just depends on what you're working on and how you can contribute to the environment. Me personally, I treat cypher environments as play, and for me about 90% of the time it's a freestyle unless I'm specifically trying to train something for a competition that I'm about to enter. So usually when you enter, keep in mind that you can keep things very simple. You don't have to do crazy movements and try to wow everybody in the circle, because what you're trying to do is just contribute to the energy and to the good vibes that people are having into the cypher. So here's a very simple beginning example of what you could do if you're just brand new to ciphers. So you could keep it very simple with the two-step. You could step into the middle of the cypher, go ahead, take that two-step, spin it in a circle, and hit one little simple slide. Keep in mind that you don't need to do big movements. You just need to contribute and be a part of the energy, and then step on out so that you can let somebody else come into the cypher. So if you want to take a more intermediate approach, is what you're gonna wanna do is if you see somebody exiting the cypher with a specific move, this is how you're going to come in with the move. So we could take a two-step happy feet where it's heel, heel, heel. So the person would be leaving, and as they're leaving the cypher with this move, you could be entering with the same move, and then once you come in, then now you freestyle and do your own move. So this is an example of catching grooves and being able to exchange energy with somebody live in the cypher, which is actually really fun to do. So what often happens for people who are brand new to this cypher environment is that maybe you're like, oh cool, this cypher looks fun, there's a lot of good energy. And so you step up to the cypher and you're looking inside, and here it happens. Your mind starts to race and you start to think, oh my goodness, these people are so good. If I don't do anything crazy, then I must not be able to contribute to the cypher. When in fact, you want to remind yourself that this is actually about listening to the music and enjoying yourself. And if you can remind yourself that, right, I don't need crazy big moves, but I can just go in there and I can have a good time, do the couple steps that I know, and then just, hey, bring somebody else in, and then they can come in. Whew. And here is a very powerful key note that I think you should take with you. And what that is that people don't remember the dancer with the best or the craziest moves. They remember the dancer or the people that gave them the best energy. So even if you just have a simple two-step, but you have a nice bright smile on your face, you're looking at everybody and you're just enjoying the music, and then you get out of the cypher, that is gonna be a much more memorable experience because people remember how you made them feel. So one key thing to take note of is that when you're not in the middle of the cypher and maybe somebody else is dancing and you are on the outer edge, it's always important to at least keep a rock in your body or keep a head bouncing, because right now you're still participating in the cypher even though being on the edges. So by still moving and still, hey, oh, that was dope, or that was really good, and contributing to the person into the middle, this is another more active way you could still be a participant in the cypher without exactly being in the middle. So as you continue showing up to these social dance spaces and challenging yourself and contributing to these spaces and cypher environments, you're gonna start noticing that you're gonna start seeing a lot of the same faces from different events. And this is where you're gonna start building more community, camaraderie, and where you can actually start building your style and confidence within these cypher spaces. Woohoo! All right, hopefully that was helpful, and now you have a better understanding of cypher etiquette, what to be doing in the cypher, and reading different types of cyphers. So if you're someone who's struggling to learn hip hop, dance, or breaking, don't know where to start, or just think you're too old to start something new, it's time to make this year your year you learn how to dance. Let me coach you personally, and the link to apply to work with us is in the description box below. See you next Tuesday.